Before Tim Burton started making blockbuster films, he was making short films. There's three in particular: Stalk of the Celery, Frankenweenie, and Vincent, that he made somewhere around the early 80s. So let's take a look at them and see really how this has influenced some of his other movies. Stalk of the Celery is a short film about 2 minutes long and made by Tim Burton in 1979. This movie really doesn't make quite a lot of sense, but what I can make out of it is some sort of dentist trip. But the way he makes it look so evil and so dramatic, like it's a mad scientist trip, it's really interesting to watch. So if you have the chance, check it out. The second film was Frankenweenie, made in 1984. It's basically a Frankenstein experiment about a boy who loses his little dog in an accident, and he pulls off a Frankenstein and he revives it back to normal. So with that comes a bunch of problems and a bunch of comedic relief, I guess. But in 1982, he came out with his more popular movie, Vincent.
Written nice, but he wants to be just like Vincent Price.
So here we have like this kind of weird kid who 7 years old named Vincent Malloy who wants to be like Vincent Price. And he does weird stuff like experiment on his dog, wishes his aunt was made out of wax, and well, he basically does a lot of weird things. But he also likes to do, recreational things like paint, and he likes to read. And meanwhile, other kids, read books like Go Jane Go. He likes to read Edgar Allan Poe. It's a very interesting piece and shows the creativity of Tim Burton very well. Eventually, we assume that he's gone insane with all the stuff that he's done, and yeah, even though he's just a little kid. So, just really, really interesting piece, and a lot of this stuff, like the weirdness and stuff, goes into his later blockbuster films. And it's kind of interesting to see how everything's different shape and everything, but it's just Tim Burton's style. But Vincent, it's a very interesting film. If you haven't seen it, you should. Look up on the internet and you'll probably be bound to find it. So even as a young filmmaker, he still was able to display what he thinks and the way things are very well in these short films. And they sort of start giving out this theme that would later be the theme for really all of his movies. But that's for next time. But for now, these are his short films. I'm the Near Nerdy Mouse Critic, and I hope you enjoy this video, and be sure to stay tuned to Oktoberfest.